Today I'm going to talk about relationships. Now, what about relationships do I want to talk about? I guess I don't understand them. I don't understand most relationships, how they work nowadays. Not to say that they worked differently beforehand, I wouldn't know. But the current state of relationships nowadays seems to be, it's kind of weird. I guess I don't understand why it's such a game. Why is it a game? Why do you have to be chasing the other person? You should be able to you shouldn't be chasing somebody. It just doesn't make any sense when you think about it. A relationship should be a friendship between two people. The person that you're in a relationship with should be your friend, first and foremost. And that's how a relationship should be, in my eyes. This person, you should be able to talk about anything. You should be able to talk about anything with this person, because this is supposed to be someone who you are the closest to. You shouldn't have to go to your male friends or your female friends to talk about things that you can't talk about with your partner. You should be able to talk to your partner about everything. There should be complete transparency. And I feel like most relationships are not that. And I think that's sad. You should be able to confide in this person and be yourself with this person more than anyone else. Because this is someone that your intentions are to spend your life with. That's how I see a relationship. And anything that isn't with the intention of being with that person indefinitely, I think is not a relationship, or that's not your partner, you know. If you're in a mindset that is you just want to fuck around, that's fine. I just feel like it's just a waste of time. I don't really get it. I guess for some people that's fun, but for me, certainly that's not. The idea of that is not. That just seems like a waste of time, because the type of person that is like that, in my eyes, isn't really going to have much to offer me as someone who wants to progress in life. And I just think that you're either going to get hurt, or you're just going to be wasting your time. I mean, there's not anything I can say other than that. I don't want to be repeating myself over and over again, but that's just how I feel. I don't really get the obsession over sex and promiscuity. I think in my eyes, it's a sign that you are not mature, and you are not whole, or you're kind of lost. Because there's no substance in that alone. There's much better things to do, in my opinion. I think that you're better off just being alone than to be in some superficial situation with another person or multiple people, going from one person to the next. To me, that seems you're very lost as a person. Now, that's just my opinion, but it is what I believe, and I do think that I'm right about that. If someone is chasing sex, I think that they are a lost person. And they need to find a way to ground themselves and be able to be in the present moment and to be with themselves. I see it as a form of escapism. Now, if it's with your partner, that's completely different, but I'm talking about if you're chasing sex itself and you're like a promiscuous person who likes playing games. A person like that, to me, is just kind of a troublesome person who just kind of brings problems for for anyone who's genuine. And if you're someone like that, then you're only going to attract other people like that, other superficial people. And if you ever want to be, if you ever want to grow or be anything of substance, you have to change that about yourself. You have to fix that. Or else you're just going to continue to be lost and confused and lonely, I think. So, if you're alone and you feel like you're missing out on superficial, promiscuous things, I don't think you're missing out on anything. In fact, I think that you are saving yourself from losing years of your life that you will end up realizing that that's not for you anyway, or it was just a waste of time. So don't feel like you're missing out on anything, because you're not. I don't think that you are. I think that we glorify, as a society, as a people, we glorify degeneracy and flashy things, and those things have no substance, and it will not make you happy, and it won't make you whole, and it won't fill that void that you have inside. So don't feel left out. Don't feel like you're missing out, or there's something wrong with you if you are not someone who is involved with those things. I think that you should just have the intention of finding someone that is your friend, your best friend, because that's how a relationship should be, a true relationship. Having someone who you share your life with, everyday things, your thoughts, your hardships, someone to be there for you, to make your life easier. That's what a relationship should be. It shouldn't be anything other than that. Anything other than that is just noise. At the end of the day, all that matters is what is real and true and genuine. And chasing superficial things such as looks and sex alone are very empty things. and they're not going to make you happy. I think they'll make you feel worse. It's like I wouldn't even say it's like a drug, because I don't really understand the obsession with it, with sex and with having the best looking person to be with. It's to me, it's exactly like trying to get a Lamborghini when you are not someone who has like at least $200 million. You know, if you have fuck you money, you can do what you want, right? You can get a Lambo for fun, because it's just a, like, if that's your thing, then do what you want. But if you don't have 200 mil, if you don't have 500 mil, why are you chasing something that is not sustainable? It's only a liability at that point, if you don't have money that you can just throw away. And with relationships, it's kind of like that. Instead of money, it is money, because a lot of times the flashy person that you're chasing, you have to spend all your money on, but also, more importantly, you're spending all your time on this person and your energy. And a lot of these people tend to be very draining, and they only bring problems in your own life. And you're going to be a very empty person, and you're not going to amount to anything if you have that type of burden in your life, where you're chasing another person and you're spending all your time and money and energy and stress over, because now you have, it's like when you have a Lamborghini, you don't, it's almost like you don't even want to drive it, because you're worried about getting it scratched, right? You're worried about someone stealing it. You can't park it outside of a McDonald's. You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. You can't do anything normal. You can't do daily tasks with it, because you're going to be constantly worrying about, is someone stealing it? Who's looking at it? You know, it's so expensive that it's not even just about money. It's also about the mental stress that's taxing on your mental health. You're always worried about this thing that you can't even afford. And that's how a lot of relationships are too. And why would you wish that upon yourself? Why would you wish that hell upon yourself? You live in this constant state of insecurity. If you're chasing somebody, it's exactly like having a car that you can't afford. Yeah. So keep that in mind. I feel like, especially if you're a young person watching this, you know, you should not be feeling bad about not having some person that you can flaunt, because at the end of the day, it's like, how superficial is that? Like, people are not objects, and if you treat someone like an object, they're going to treat you like one too. And do you want to be treated like an object? Because if you're going to be treated like an object, you better be top shelf, nothing wrong with you, or else you're going to feel like shit, right? Don't do that to yourself. You know, what comes around goes around. If you're chasing some person like an object, they're going to see you as an object too. And do you want to be judged that way? They're going to make you feel like a bank, nothing but a wallet. Or they're going to point out all of your flaws. Like, what is the point of that? That's like a fast track to depression and agony. Try to find someone that cares about you, that laughs with you, that you can crack jokes with, that you can poke fun at stuff with, you know? You can only do that with your best friend. So your partner should be your best friend. If you have that type of mindset, I can guarantee that you will cut most of your problems with people. And if that means that you're going to be alone, then that's fine. You should just be alone. And that's okay. It's okay to be alone. It's better to be alone than to be a plaything, a wallet, a branch to someone better looking than you, or better, more rich than you. It's just gonna, it's very demeaning and such a waste of life. Find someone who you can cherish the little things with. Find someone who cooks for you and cleans for you and makes your life easier. Someone that you can watch your favorite show with. Someone that you can come home after a long day of work and relax with. Someone you can work with to build something together. Whether that's a family or a living situation or just a life, a good life. And yeah, that might be harder to come by. And it might mean being alone longer. But I promise you, it's worth your time. Because if you do find someone who's like that, you will experience a euphoric state of existing, a state of being that far transcends anything physical or superficial or fleeting, anything flashy, anything. And the thing is, it's like, it's something you can truly brag about too. You know, having a partner that you really love and that makes you happy, that's something that you deserve to flaunt, rather than someone who fits some superficial, fake image that only other fake, superficial people will care about. Because genuine people don't care about your trophy. Genuine people don't care about that. Only fake people. And that's why you will feel empty. Follow what's whole and good, and you will be richer than the richest man.